the scientific method has also revealed to us that the Earth was formed about 4.5 billion years ago. That is much later than the sun. The Old Testament account, the Hebrew Bible account, tells us that it was the other way around. So it got that bit wrong.
All right. So we're, yes, the Bible is not.
So sometimes it gets things right. Sometimes it gets things wrong. You know.
The Bible is not a science. It's not listing out a scientific.
Well, now hold on a second. You can't now move the goalpost, especially if you're still gonna miss.
When you have a mismatch in the skill of debaters, the debate often doesn't go well. Alex O'Connor debated Dinesh D'Souza on Is the Bible True? And it went really poorly.
There's more to say on this. Interpolations, things which seem not to be in our oldest manuscripts but end up in newer manuscripts of the New Testament, such as the adulterous woman, let he who is without sin cast the first stone. Most scholars agree that this was not in our earliest manuscripts and was added in at a later date. And if we can see that the gospel stories were edited after they were written down, there's no reason to think that they couldn't be edited before they were written down as oral traditions. These documents don't seem to have the historical reliability either. So, in conclusion, I've probably spoken for too long here. Are we talking about allegorical truth, moral truth, metaphorical truth, theological truth, historical truth? I suppose what I want to say to Dinesh is take your pick, and I'll probably have something to say about it.
Here we go. If you don't mind, I'm going to stand up. Is that okay?
Please.
Okay. I'm standing up because I want to kind of neutralize Alex's accent advantage. I mention this because it seems to me no accident that so many of the prominent so-called new atheists have British accents. I think this is really important to their credibility because think of it, if Hitchens and Dawkins and Alex were three Southern boys from Louisiana, would they have quite the same impact? I'm not sure. Anyway, this is why I'm standing.
Oof. I knew I had to bring this debate up as an example of a really bad debate, and that would mean I had to watch some of it again. I didn't remember how painful it was. This isn't a fun watch. Dinesh admits that he's not an expert in the Bible and that he really doesn't know how to approach the topic. And I think he's right. One of the things that this debate shows is that when you have a mismatch in the skill of the debaters, often it's really cringy and hard to watch, but also the side that is underprepared ends up almost strawmanning their own position. They make it seem like their position has no arguments, when in reality, they're just not ready to engage in that subject.